Hi there and welcome to Andy Robinson RC. Cheers for checking out the channel today and joining us for this episode. So, what have we got out today? Well, we've got this, the brand new 1/10 scale two-wheel drive monster truck from FMS. This is the Ford F100 High Roller. It's available in 3 different styles. You've got the High Roller here, First Blood is the other truck, similar colour but with no graphics, and also they do it in a more classic F100 sort of style with a black and red body. And that's actually my favourite, but I got the High Roller. Okay, so it's a bit like, if you remember me doing a video on the Gorgon, it's a similar thing to that. So for me, it's just to compete against the Gorgon, same scale, same similar layout. You'll see that when we look at the truck. So it's officially licensed Ford body. I'm trying to read it upside down here. So it's two-wheel drive monster truck. It's got a high quality 40 amp 2-in-1 ESC and receiver, waterproof 15 kilogram servo, and ball bearings throughout as well. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put the specs in the video description because I'm trying to read it upside down here and it'll be easier just to put all the specs there for you. So let's get it out of the box and we can have a look at it. Right, so what do you get? Now you can obviously see I've been playing with this because that's what I usually do. So what do we get? Well, you get your instruction manual, which is in English and Chinese, and then it tells you everything you need to do. It does warn against that the product might injure you or cause death, so do watch out for that. But yeah, all your manual stuff's in there. And then you get your FMS handset. Now I've seen these on a few cars before. It's very similar to some of the ones that come on with the FTX system as well. So what have you got? You've got your toggle switches for different battery and brake features and brake forward, reverse, etc. on there. You use them. And then you've got your other features, steering trim, dual rates, etc. channel reverse on there. It's got a training mode as well on this, so if you're a beginner you can slow it down. Couldn't find that. It says in the instructions, have not found it on the remote, so hopefully someone might be able to tell me where it is. Okay, so this is the truck itself. Very nice. Love the colour of it. Love the grille as well. The detailing is really nice. So it's a classic American Ford truck. So yeah, really like that. I don't mind the decals. The decals seem a little bit flat and they're not as detailed as some of the graphics could be, I suppose, but it's still a nice looking truck. So what else do you get in before we look at the truck properly? Of course, you get yourself a charger. Now you get a 2S Lipo, 3000 milliamp 2S Lipo, so you do get a charger with it, which is the mains charger, and you can plug it in there. It does take a while to charge though, so to be honest, I use my quick charger. And then in the rest of the bag you get some alternative decals, some license plate decals there, which I've already put one on. I think I put Texas on mine. And you get a wheelie bar if you want to use it. I don't want to use a wheelie bar. And you get a hex wrench and some spacers for your shocks. Right, now let's tidy up the box out of the way before we lose it. I'm doing the wrong end, haven't we? So we'll get this out of the way. Gonna need that, aren't I? It's not much use if I put that in there. So, as I say, it's a good few months now, but when I saw this was coming out, I love a good monster truck. Box there. So yeah, I wanted to get a monster truck. I like them, and this one looks nice. So I wanted to see what FMS's product was like. They usually do good stuff, so I thought why not. And also, as I said, it's very much like an Gorgon, so I think it's nice to do a comparison. And we've even come to the same place to do the comparison as well. So I'm going to switch it on. And we'll give it a bit of a blast for you, and then I will show you under, you can say the hood then, I will show you under the shell afterwards. Anyway. Change that on the dual rate on there. It's a bit twitchy for me. Where is it on here? Doing dual rates. Probably why it needs the wheelie bar on that. Probably gets a bit of a heavy landing, but so not super fast. As you said, it does come with that 2S Lipo battery. Well, actually, the armoured Gorgon, you've got an 8.4 volt nickel metal hydride battery. Now the armour does seem a bit quicker than this, so there's probably not a lot in it, but the armour did seal a little quicker. But that doesn't put me off as such. It's not going to be super quick on foot. Now when I first tried this outside the house, it was very oh, look at that! I'm not what she was doing. Hold on. No, I have properly been doing. As I said, when I first got this, I was messing around with it outside. And yeah, messing outside with it, and it would, on the concrete, it almost would roll over. So what I did with mine is, just to stop that, or help stop it, is I moved the shock mounting position on the lower wishbones out one there, and I put some extra spring collars, you can't see them, in the shocks at the front, just to stop it dipping as much. So that helps stop that. But yeah, it jumps nice. I'm glad I bought it now here to the park, well, BMX track. You know, in fact, I know it's not as quick. Actually, I think this jumps even better than the Gorgon did. You'll have to watch. I'll put a link to the other video where you can have a look for yourself. But yeah, I actually think this jumps nicer than the Gorgon. I would say the Gorgon is a bit more stable than this. Probably at high speed. Oh, nice in this. Okay, so let's have a look underneath then. So that's the body. I said the body shell's really nice. You've got your clips on here with the little toggles on, so you can undo it without losing your pins. So this means that on this video, my wife doesn't have to put her hand out under the camera to hold the pins, which you don't usually see. Anyway, so there you go. That is the chassis. It's not totally unfamiliar to people because it has a very similar look, as I said already, to the armoured Gorgon, and of course the Traxxas. Which one is it now? Not Sledgehammer. Stampede. Couldn't think of it. I didn't do that many trucks. The Traxxas Stampede, which is quite an old truck now, but it's got that similar layout as well, except I think probably on the Stampede the motor's at the back somewhere, from memory. But yeah, so you've got your motor there. It's a 550 motor. There's your 2-in-1 ESC switch at the side, easy to get to. Your battery, I'll show you the battery release system. It's alright. So you pull that back and then you press that back there and release, and then yeah, there's your battery. I said 7.4, 3,300 milliamp, not 3,000. Lipo battery. You can fit a bigger battery in there. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to fit a bigger 2S or 3S cell in there if you wish to. So, and that clips there. Again, it all looks pretty sturdy. All plastic shocks. The whole thing's very plastic, but you know, that's not a bad thing, especially with these. It looks like it's going to take, you know, a fair bit of abuse. You've got your motor, your gears in there, slipper clutch as well. So the only thing I did notice, which is a bit weird, is a bit of, when I got it, it's a bit of rust on that screw for some reason, just that screw. So I don't know why. Nothing majorly important. It was just something that we noticed. Got the realistic monster truck tyres with this slightly lower profile chevrons, a bit like the you know, if you look at the Monster Jam trucks. So yeah, so that's what you get inside. Now retail, again, it's very closely matched in price to the Gorgon. It's 179 for absolutely everything. So the only thing you need to put is batteries in your handset, and then you're ready to go. Now I'm not going to do the fancy clips. I'm just going to put them there for now, it's easier. So yeah, very similar price to the Gorgon. So for me, it's directly competing against that. I like them both. I'm not sure if I prefer one to the other, but I'd be quite happy with either of them. If I'm honest, I think the Gorgon slightly edges it in looks, not because that's not nice. I like the F150 bodies, classic truck, but if you like your things like Monster Jam and the monster trucks like that, then it's definitely got that sort of vibe to it. But yeah, I like them both. Let's give it one more blast and then we'll wrap this one up. Yeah, definitely should have used that wheelie bar. And also as well, before I forget, because I probably will do, is that this is a massive thanks to Inside Line Models for this one. It's one they picked up for us. So cheers to them for getting it in. And they have very kindly sponsored the video, and you can get 5% off their web store and an in-store. So yeah, go to www.insidelinemodels.com and use the discount code AndyRC25 and you can get 5% off your next order. So a massive thanks to Paul, Beth and Inside Line Models, much appreciated, and cheers for the support. Okay, see if we'll get one more jumpy thing out of it, and then I think we're gonna end this one. Yeah, there you go. So FMS 110 Ford F100 monster truck, two-wheel drive monster truck there. Looks lovely. I'm really liking that. Pretty much for me as much fun as the Gorgon, although it's probably a little slower, but I would like to try this with a bigger 8.4 volt battery, so might do that. Right, anyway, so cheers for checking this one out, much appreciated. Let us know what you think in the comments. And I've just remembered something I need to mention now. Adam from RC Playground said when he was doing his driving his around, it got quite warm, the motor, so it might depend on what terrain you're on, but he said it'd be worth fitting a fan on there. I've not had a chance to do that to this. I would thought I'd put it in the video, so cheers for the tip, Adam, much appreciated. Anyway, there we go. Cheers for checking this one out. Look after yourselves, take care, we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.